Hi, I'm Scott Bradley. I'm the CEO and founder of CallSilencer. A year ago, my father called me in a panic. He just received a call from his grandson, my son, who was in jail and needed $2,000 for bail. I hear this and I'm in a panic. I immediately try to get a hold of my son, but the phone rings, it rings again. And then I hear this voice on the other end of the line. Oh, hey Dad, what's up? I'm at Starbucks having a nice latte. It turns out my father was almost the next victim of the grandparent phone scam. It was at that moment I realized I needed to create a product to silence robocalls on landline phones and to protect parents from phone scams. Last year, over 50 billion robocalls were made in the United States. Over $10 billion was lost to phone scams. If you look at the person in front of you, person behind you, person to your left, person to your right, if those people answered a charity phone scam this holiday season, one of those four donated money. And a disproportionate number of those calls go to the 62 million landline phones used primarily by older people. Now, our target is not the decreasing old telcos, copper wire, but the rapidly increasing 33 million landlines provided by cable providers. The solution, of course, is CallSilencer. And what you see here in front of you, very beautiful, is CallSilencer. These are the prototypes. What you're going to see with this product. How do I get back? Little button. First of all, it silences all calls, robocalls from ringing, and it blocks the call as well. So, as a landline owner, you're not hearing those obnoxious rings. Also, a parent is not going to be scammed because I'll tell you, the only time my parents are quick is when that phone rings. They are up so fast to answer it. All communication is over the phone line, very important. No Wi-Fi, nothing else necessary. And finally, it's fully automated. So there's no manual intervention. It's automatically updated. What does that mean? If you think back to the world of the VCR, right? 3 buttons, and they're all flashing 12 o'clock still. No one could redo them. So for us, we think globally, but we act locally. We have an ever-growing number of database in our database of robocallers. That includes whitelists, blacklists from the Federal Trade Commission. Also includes our own honeypots, where we're basically looking at thousands of numbers on a regular basis, getting calls, determining are they spam. If they are determined to be a robocaller immediately, we can then update all the homes on the CallSilencer device. Now, we do have an unfair competitive advantage as well. Call blocking technology for landline phones has been around for a decade. But first and second generation were very manual. Basically, think about an LCD display with caller ID. You'd hear the phone ring, you'd hear it again, you'd get up, you'd look at that caller ID, you say, oh, I don't know that number, and you'd press a button, and that would stop the call. Well, what they do is they change the number, they call back again, you get up from the phone, you repeat. What we do is we automate that entire process, again, updating the database on a daily basis. Business model, very important. $129 one-time fee, there are no recurring costs. We find that older people don't understand that. We also find that the greatest population of people acquiring the technology are people of your generation buying for their parents, very worried that they are answering the calls, and if someone answers and talks to these people, eventually they'll get scammed. 1 in 10 people were scammed last year. So again, we silence robocalls on landline phones, and we protect parents from phone scams. I'm Scott Bradley with CallSilencer, and we are the thing for the ring. Thank you. Before I take questions, who has their the cell phone? If you go to www.callsilencer.com/min, if you are interested in getting on our waiting list, or if you're interested in getting more information, you can type that in right now and get information. Thank you.
So the gizmo that goes on your line has within itself the database that it needs to figure out whether the caller ID should be blocked?
So The question was, where's the database? And there's a local and a remote one.
How
And
does that get updated?
so that's the second question. We update over the phone line, and because we can block it when we call in, it's all good. And we prefer not Gizmo, but Jigamahuzi.
Does it work internationally?
So does it work internationally? So our initial focus is on the US market. It will work in terms of blocking international calls, because there are 50 billion robocalls a year, about half coming from overseas. But our initial market is US only, and from there we can evolve it. It's a dynamic technology that we could program for other countries. Great, that's my 2 questions. Thank you very much.